Hey guys, it's me. I'm back. It is time for my week 3 weight update. So I was having some issues. For those of you who follow me on Facebook, you know that I was not feeling well Monday and that I was having discomfort. Just didn't feel good at all. It took me like 4 hours just to get down one protein shake. I didn't feel good. I got in about 160 calories that day. That was pretty much it. Yesterday, I went to have an upper GI that my doctor had ordered, that my surgeon ordered, to make sure that there wasn't any narrowing and there wasn't any leaks or anything like that. The upper GI turned out fine, didn't show any issues. But let me tell you, I had to drink that awful, disgusting, clear fluid that they gave me when they did my first leak test when I was in the hospital. I already wasn't feeling well, and I started feeling really sick after I started having to down those, and I had to do 3 of them. By the second shot of the liquid, I was starting to gag. I was getting that nasty, salty, watery taste in my mouth, and I told them I think I'm going to be sick. And of course, I get the don't move, be still, just breathe long, deep breaths, and then they ask you to hold your breath. So by the time the 3rd shot comes around, I'm about to lose it. I am doing everything in my power. I start gagging. The radiologist gets mad at me because I'm not being still and he needs me to be still. And, I'm just trying not to throw up right on the floor and all over the machine and everything else. And, anyway, he gets really mad at me, but I'm like, okay, that's it. I'm going to throw up. And as soon as he was finished, I ran to the trash can and I threw up like nobody's business. And it was the first time since I had the surgery that I had gotten sick like that. And it hurt. Yeah, it definitely hurt. I felt it. It hurt my stomach. Not that it doesn't hurt your stomach anyway, but I felt it hurt my new stomach. And that was not good. So I got into my surgeon's office. That was at like 9. My procedure was at like 9:30. And I wasn't supposed to go to my surgeon's office until like 2:45 that afternoon. Now, granted, I have to drive about 45 minutes to an hour from my house to the hospital where my surgeon is at. And I did not feel well enough after getting sick to go to work. And it's about 30 minutes from my office to the hospital. And I did not want to have to come back that afternoon because I just wanted to come home and go to bed. So I called my surgeon's office. I told him what was going on. So he went ahead and got me in sooner. And he told me, everything looked fine on the upper GI. He just found it odd that all of a sudden I am at the point of having these issues drinking these protein shakes. And because I did fine my first week, I did fine most of my second week until the end of the week. And then, then I started having trouble. Like, it was just really hard getting them down. And at this point, I think part of it is that I don't want to smell them. I don't want to taste them. I don't want to swallow them. I don't want to see them. I am so over protein shakes. I am so done with them. I can't. I I dread them. So I think that's part of it. The other part is I just start feeling really full and just have to stop. Sorry, I'm trying to rearrange my camera there. But anyhow, so I got home yesterday and I managed to get half a protein shake down, which was 80 calories. And then I tried, it's time for me to try soft foods now. And so I tried some Greek yogurt. I measured out like an ounce of it. Yeah, definitely didn't eat the ounce of it. And it wasn't that my body wasn't tolerating it. I just couldn't stand the taste of it. I don't know if it was just the sourness that Greek yogurt has anyway, and I've never really been a yogurt person, or if it was just the flavor. It was a salted caramel flavor, and it didn't go well with that Greek yogurt taste. It was a very sour, faint salted caramel. No, it was not good. I think that's probably the main reason that I didn't finish it, is because it didn't taste good at all. So I ended up having 95 calories yesterday. The day before I had 160. And prior to that, I had been averaging about 350 a day. And I'm supposed to be trying to hit 800 calories. So, of course, I got in a little bit of trouble with my surgeon because I'm not getting enough calories. And he's like, we got to find a way for you to get more calories. And I was like, I don't know how. I'm drinking my 60 grams of protein a day. And he's like, well, we actually want you to get 100 to 150 grams. And I was like, hey, that's not what my paper said with my instructions on it. It said 60 to 80. And he's like, yeah, I know that's what we push, but you really need to be getting more than that. And it's like, I can't possibly get more than 2 protein shakes again in a day. Right now, I can only get 1 in a day. I have come to the conclusion, though, that, well, before I say this, I will say that he felt like I had some GI, gastrointestinal inflammation going on. Part of it was probably because the PA put me on Augmentin because she didn't want my open incision getting infected, even though it didn't show any signs of infection at the time. She just wanted to prevent that. And when I told him that, he was like, yeah, you need to stop that. You don't need to be on that. That's just too much. And I've always been really sensitive. My stomach's always been really sensitive to antibiotics anyway. And Augmentin's pretty strong. So, yeah, it wasn't helping. So it was really funny. He opens the door and his PA is sitting out at her desk and he's like, did you put her on Augmentin? And she was like, yeah. And he was like, no, we don't need to be on that. I'm telling her to stop it. And he said on the open incisions, just keep like Neosporin on there and like a Band-Aid, because even though they're open, there's not really anything in there that's going to be bothered by it. Like it's just skin that needs to grow together. There's not like any organs that are open to the air or anything like that. So he didn't really see a need to have me on the antibiotics, and he felt like that might have been a big reason why I was feeling so bad. And so after leaving his office with the information that I had, I still didn't really feel any better. I got home. I guess I got home about noon, and I went to sleep and slept for about 3 hours. because I just was not feeling good. And I'd already had Zofran. I've been having to take those in the morning still for the nausea. And so I'd already had a Zofran, and I still felt icky. So I've come to the conclusion that I probably have like a version of the stomach bug that's been going around really bad. Yeah, it hasn't been fun. I haven't thrown up anymore, but I just don't feel good. And one of my coworkers also called in today because they were sick. But luckily, my surgeon was like, when he asked me if I'd gone back to work, I said yes. And he was like, well, maybe you need to take a day or two off, just to rest. And so I did get him to write me a note for the rest of yesterday off, and then to have today off. Hopefully I'm feeling better tomorrow, since I have to go back to work, since I don't have any sick leave left. Anyway, so that's kind of where I'm at. And, sorry, I look terrible in my nightgown. And this is my crazy ponytail second day of not washing my hair because I felt like crap and didn't want to do it. Also, I'm starting, I've been losing hair prior to the surgery anyway, like for months prior to the surgery, but I'm starting to notice it's thinning already. So, I guess I just feel like instead of washing it every day like I normally do because it's so oily, I'm just trying to wash it every other day. Use dry shampoo in between, which I am out of. I need to get some more of. But, I guess I'm just thinking, maybe if I do that, it won't fall out as quickly, as bad. I don't know. Maybe it's just me making myself feel better by thinking that. But anyway, so here is the important part of the video, my weigh-in. Started out, my highest weight was in August of 2017, and I was 395. And I started first time I saw my surgeon before I started my pre-op diet, I was 391. The day of surgery, I was 364. And today, I am 347. So I guess it's not too bad. I've lost, from my highest weight, I have lost 49 pounds. And most of that has been in the past month, pretty much while I was on my liquid diet. We will see as I progress more into soft foods. We will see if my weight loss slows down, which I am afraid of. But I know that I need something in my body. I kind of feel like that the reason I've lost weight so rapidly is because of my low calorie intake, and my body is pretty much starving at this point. It's not that I don't want to try. It's not that, well, I'll take that back. I kind of don't want to try. I'm not necessarily wanting to be a bad patient, but also don't want to gain any weight at this point. This is something I need to talk to my therapist about, because I don't feel like, I'm measuring myself against other people that have had this surgery, and I know that I don't need to do that. But I feel like I'm not doing as well as other people have done. And I want to be like those people that lost 100 pounds in 2 months. I've heard of it happening. I want to be one of those people. But I feel like if I up my calories, it's going to slow down. And I'm going to stall out. And I'm terrified of that. Because I'm terrified of the surgery not working for me. Even now, even though I've lost weight, I'm afraid it's not going to work for me. So, I need to talk to my therapist about that. It's kind of weird to go from being such a food addict to being this way, to being not wanting to eat or drink, basically. I haven't been exercising other than just getting up and going to the store or doing things with my husband, like on the weekends we might go do something. Other than that, I haven't been exercising. One, the weather hasn't really cooperated, but two, I just haven't wanted to try. I haven't wanted to do anything. It is a struggle for my husband to get me to go do anything. So I'm in a funk, and I need to get out of that. And like I said, I need to see my therapist. But yeah, it's great that I've lost 49 pounds at this point, but I feel like I could have done better and that it could have been more. So that's just kind of where things are. But I've rambled on for close to 20 minutes, so I guess I will shut up now, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.